What up? And welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen. The Jujutsu Kaisen edition, the finale of season 2, episode 23, covering chapters 136 to 138 of volume 16 is out now. That's why I'm in all black. Rest in peace to all the people we've lost. Crazy arc. A lot of things went down. Big changes to the Jiu-Jitsu world. They left us with a information-packed finale, but a lot of things did go on, so it's understandable. And I still did see in some comments that some people were still left a little lost. Had some questions myself, because some of the breakdowns might be a little different, but we'll get to that. So as always, first and foremost, got a shout out to the animators at Mappa Studios. Salute to you guys. Great work. Past 6 months have been a wild ride. And so appreciate y'all for doing a great job with this adaptation. And got a shout out to creator, JJK Akutami, who I also saw was giving praise to the animators. I think the manga's going on a break soon, but he did say that he was going to put his best into his work coming up too. So Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely on a rise and should be a pleasure for the fans. But getting into the episode, like I said, information filled. I want to start off with the panel. Again, the Geto body double, when it comes to the Jujutsu Kaisen community, has gotten a lot of praise for basically being the puppet master for everything that we've experienced thus far. Some people, and I'm also of the opinion, believe that some things did happen by chance and just happened to work out in his favor, but you do see that he had his hand in a couple things. So he explained how he made sure certain people were candidates to be vessels for cursed spirits. So I would assume not only people like Yuji, but somebody like Choso, who happened to be a product of his manipulation. Something that he confirmed, and we already saw, were people like Junpei, who weren't necessarily Jujutsu sorcerers, but pushing the right buttons. We know that cursed energy, cursed techniques come from the brain, and so he's able to paint pictures for people and have them involved. He also explained how, again, since he's somebody that's been around for years, had made pacts with people throughout time and cursed objects themselves, so basically cursed spirits. What his mission or experiment, I guess could say, is that he wants to see what people will do with cursed energy, or what's the next step or future for humans and cursed energy in general. I guess what the fusion between the two could lead to, because we also learn more about the Jiu-Jitsu world in this episode, about how Japan is the primary source for cursed energy and Jiu-Jitsu sorcerers in general, and how other superpowers of the world, even though aren't as well experienced when it comes to these things, wouldn't have a problem intervening in other ways. Like we saw Geto mention conventional weapons, I'm sure. And so Yuki mentions how his plan might be a little flawed, being how she doesn't necessarily see how this confined space of people will, number one, partake in this chaos, and number two, be able to have such an impact on other people. But as the episode goes on, as he activates the curse technique, Mahito's idol transfiguration, we see that the speed, I would say, of these cursed spirits just running amok. We see the higher ups of Japan trying to run damage control. And the fact that, again, Jiu-Jitsu sorcerers are unpredictable. The fact that he acquired Geto's body, who has curse manipulation. My theory is, and maybe it was something that was supposed to be understood again, which is why I said I might have some questions or comprehension questions, but I think Geto was able to break some of these vows or agreements he made with them, because him now acquiring curse manipulation, he was able to just ingest them. And so he kind of gets the upper hand on them. And so in the episode, we basically see that the Shibuya incident basically was ground zero, and a barrier has basically been expanded to try to contain the incident, and then have people go in, try to evacuate civilians, and try to take care of cursed spirits. And so all we know is that Geto is able to make his escape. You guys see the unfortunate news at the end of the episode. The questionable higher-ups of this jiu-jitsu world issued these statements. Most importantly for us, Yuji is back. Yuji's execution is back on the table. Geto is considered to have survived and is again out for execution. Gojo and the principal were unfortunately considered traitors or conspirators, I guess you could say, and so they have also been basically excommunicated and been sentenced to death. And so things just get worse and worse. We see Yuta at the end of the episode, who's supposed to be Yuji's executioner. Dope scene with seeing Yuta back in act. Again, like I stated before, you should definitely watch the movie, get more information, background on him and his curse technique and his curse companion Rika. I saw some people question why he might be considered so special. Again, you know that Yuta's been mentioned throughout the series, and it's because he has immense curse energy himself, has become very skilled physically, just like Mach, and his adaptation to curse technique. Like we saw in the movie, he's a descendant of Gojo's line himself, so looking forward to season 3, like they announced. Again, great season. We see Yuji at the end, who's basically by himself. I'm pretty sure he's going on a mission of execution. Just gonna try to do as much as he can. We already know that he feels pretty responsible for everything that happened, but again, these are some things that were out of his control. There were bigger things at play, and so see what happens next year. Again, as always, you guys could always read the manga, start off volume 16 or start off at chapter 138. You won't regret it, but you can always just wait and look forward to the treats week by Mappa. There you guys have it. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, the season, what you think is gonna happen. We out.